Oh, hello there and welcome to my vlog. My name is Georgina. I am the honest vocal coach. I'm also a psychic and I am obsessed with crochet. If you are new here, hello. If you are a returning honest child, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you're watching this vlog. Normally goes at 8 o'clock, so it'll probably be 8 o'clock that you're catching up with it. Anyway, I am sat in front of my desk. It is 4:45. No, I'm lying. It is 5:45. I'm teaching very soon. I've had some cancellations due to flu and illnesses, but I'm working with Dan at 6:30, followed by Beth at 7 o'clock, both online via Zoom. So I've just been preparing for that. And I saw something on YouTube this morning, MJ's Off the Hook Designs, and she does crochet designs. Anyway, I saw this hat and thought, that is gorgeous. I am going to try that. It has taken me all day. I started at 10 o'clock this morning and it literally has taken me all day. You have to use 2 strands of DK weight, and it's this sort of wonky stitch. I don't know what the stitch is called, so let me have a look. Let's be a little bit more efficient about this. Let's see. It's called the Chunky Suzette stitch. And this is my version. Now, it might look beautiful, but it's huge. So it's for the bigger head size, I think. And it took so long. I think I did okay. I'm just not sure on the size of it. It's huge. It's a very large hat. It has a brim that you can turn down or up like this. I did learn a few things by making this hat. I'd never done this ribbing connected before. Sort of you just continue and then go up and down like that. And then, yeah, I've not done it like that before. But anyway, I'll be taking pictures of this and putting it on the website. But something exciting happened this morning. My business cards arrived, the new ones. They are here. No, thank you. That's Liz just yelling, do I want a tea? So here are my new business cards. They arrived this morning for Georgina, honestly. Also, the thank you for your order cards, which has got care instructions bit in the middle. And then finally, Alex's cards have arrived as well. Made by the Duck, double-sided, very nice. So I'm very pleased with all that's arrived. And some other news. I am currently working on a crochet starter pack. One of you guys, my subscribers, asked, would you mind putting together a starter pack for someone who has never had a crochet experience whatsoever? None. Now, my idea is that I have a granny square tutorial on my channel, and it's one of the best ways to start crochet. I think it's a really easy way to get going. So the idea is the stitch pack will have, the crochet pack will have crochet hooks in it. It'll have yarn needles in there, maybe scissors, some yarn as well, and some stitch markers. So you get this lovely little cute set, and it will have the code for my tutorials on it. So you can go and pick a tutorial to have a go at. So I am starting to put that together. Now, you guys, if there's anything that you think I should be adding or not adding into it, me and Alex currently have a debate. Scissors or not to scissors. Alex says everyone has scissors, so you don't need to put scissors in. But then I think, cute pair of scissors, why not? Little cute scissors. Anyway, I'm looking into all sorts now. Where do I source my hooks from? What are they going to be? Are they going to be hooks with handles? Are they going to be aluminium hooks? So I'm just putting together a few ideas. So anything you can suggest for my new crochet starter kit, let me know in the comments below. I'm quite excited about it. In the shop, we already have hooks, needles, stitch markers. You can see all the stitch markers on the website, by the way. Alex has been making some really cool ones. There's some lollipops. There is some Christmas sets. And we're working on more at the moment. So they're all on the website. But yeah, anything you can suggest, let me know. Tomorrow I'm in the shop. So of course I will be vlogging as I go. And I think that's it for now. I'm going to prep for my teaching. Oh, good morning. Hello. It's Wednesday morning. It's about 25 past 8. I'm doing a walk before I go to the shop. I'm in the shop from 10 until 2, and then I'm off to Asda to get some bits and pieces for tea. I don't know what I'm having yet. Yesterday was actually really nice. I expected it to be a day of just me doing admin and then teaching, but as it turned out, Simon got home early. He worked on the, what do you call it? Drainage? No. Guttering for our new outside shed lean-to shelter that we don't have a name for. So it now has proper guttering, and he's going to get a water butt so that the water can be collected to then water the grass and stuff. Genius. So it was nice to have him home early, so I made him some cups of tea. I made us a nice meal. I had fake beef in oyster sauce with rice and a lot of vegetables. And for Liz and Simon, I did chicken and mushroom in the slow cooker, followed by, I can't remember, what did I do for pudding? I don't remember, but they also had, what's going off down there? Also had, I can't think, alphabetti potatoes. I don't know what they're called. I had potatoes ready to put into the, so I've realised the light just keeps catching. Obviously the sun, I can't deal with the sun. Simon brought them in with him from after work, and he insisted on having them just for fun. So spelt out hello when Liz came, instead of the actual potatoes I'd got to put in. So they had that last night. And then it was just a nice relaxed evening. I worked with Dan. We worked on Silent Disco by Jade. Very sweet song. And then Beth and we worked on Slipping Through My Fingers All the Time. And she couldn't stop crying. It's the kind of song that really affects some people. And apparently it really reminds her of her mum. And she just kept crying. I said, well, at least you can handle your crying while you're singing. Because that is a skill in itself, to be able to sing and cry. So that was really nice. It was nice to do that. So I'm not really sure what that is. I see them regularly now. And they're just putting soil onto the race course. If anybody knows, let me know. I think they're just looking for holes, patches that have been kicked up by the horses. And they're filling them in again. Is that what it is? I don't know. If you know, let me know. It's very cold this morning, which is why I'm wearing a lot of layers. I've got a thick jumper on. I've got my tube scarf that I made. I've got my hood up. I've got my thermal leggings on. I've got trainers on, and I think it's just getting to that point where my ankles are freezing, so I either need some leg warmers, which I can make for myself. There's actually a pair in the shop, but I might make some to match my outfits. I don't know. Or just get boots that are a bit higher. I do have boots that are higher, but they're not walking boots. But I like these trainers for walking in, and my actual walking boots are not high ones. I don't want that restriction on my ankles really when I'm walking a long way. Anyway, today I've got some bits and pieces to take photographs of to add to the website and on the What I Made Wednesday. Do let me know what you think of the What I Make Wednesdays. Do you still find it interesting seeing the things that I'm making? Is it inspiring? Does it inspire you to think, oh, I need to go and get that? Or is it like, oh, I'd like to make one? I just enjoy doing it because it's almost like I made that, tick. What else have I made? Tick. And I should have started doing something like that right at the very beginning of crochet. And that way I would have really been able to see every single thing that I've made, because I must have made thousands of items now. Thousands. So maybe I should have done that, taken a picture of every single thing I've made. I wonder what that sound was. There's like an airfield bit right in the middle for miniature aeroplanes and stuff. And yeah, I can hear a me in the background. It used to be a real airfield many, many years ago through the war. And now it's used for remote control miniature ones. Oh, my hand's freezing. I'm going to have to put the camera down. My hand is now turning to ice, but I know this does me good. I wasn't entirely feeling like it this morning when I got up. I got up at 7. I was like, I'm not sure I want to do this, but I thought it'll do me good, so here I am. So it is now 20 to 2. It's quite nice outside, cold, but it's nice and sunny. It's been very, very quiet. A guy who came in with weird contact lenses freaked me out this morning, said, can I borrow £1? I'll bring it back. Then he came back with 70 pence and then came back a little bit later with 30 pence. Okay. And then we had 2 customers, a lady who came in to ask about lace that Liz is organising, and then a gentleman who comes in when his wife's at the dentist. Last week he bought a train, this week he bought a painting, and that was it. That literally, we had the one sale of a painting and the £1 and then come back again. So yeah, I do have a little bit of news about the shop that we looked at. Do you remember we looked at a shop further up the street and we were interested in moving because it was bigger and closer to the people, a little bit further down, closer to the other shops. Anyway, drove past today. The to let sign is down, so it's going to be something. So can we have some guesses in the comments below? What do we think? Obviously, we need to bear in mind barbers, vape shop, mini mart, you know, those are highly likely. But there is a lot of vape shops already down there. There's also several new mini marts and a couple of vape shops, but not as many vape shops, I would say, around here. Now, it could be me being completely cynical, but I'm interested to find out what it's going to be. They're only charging £425 rent per month. It went down that low. So that's, 100 and a bit each week. It's not much at all, but it was damp at the back and it had patches of ceiling missing and would need a really good clean and a good paint and a lot of work done really to utilise it properly. It was quite dark, so it probably needed a bit more lighting as well. Anyway, we'll wait and see. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Maybe we should do a bit of a quiz and see who gets the right answers. What else do I know? That's kind of it. I'm going to go to Asda before I go home. I'm feeling pie. I don't know if we'll all be together tonight to do pie, but I'd like to get the pie ingredients. And if we can't do today, I'll do tomorrow. So I'm going to get those bits, just some stuff from Asda. And I've been second guessing myself on this cardigan that I'm making. Now, the other ones that I've done have been either 13 rows or 15 rows. 13 rows is a 10 to 12. 15 rows is sort of 12, 14 to 16-ish. And then when you get to 17 rows, it's 18 to 20. But what I've seen in a lot of recent pictures, it's just driving me insane a little bit, is that the arms, without even having to add anything on, is the full length. Now, I don't understand how they're doing that. So I'm thinking it could be the back panel that I'm putting in to make the width that I want. Let's not do that. Maybe just add one back panel, literally two rows, or not even do the rows and just join straight away. That way, you're going to get more length on the arms. That's what I'm thinking. It's currently the same amount of rows as my largest 18 to 20 jump cardigan that I've got, the cream one with the hood. And I don't want to do too many increases on the end of the sleeve, and I don't want to have to do too many at the bottom. I'd rather it not have that. So I'm going bigger, but then again, you can't go too far on the neckline or it's not going to sit properly. So you only need a little bit at the back. What I also thought of is put 2 rows in the back, and then when I'm doing my outer rows, do an extra row up the front so that it's closer together, so you get a V shape, and put buttons in. So that's kind of where I'm at with it. I'll show you the colour. I've paused on this one because I've got a couple of rows left. So this is the colour. This is half, and this is the 17 rows. Now let's imagine it's joined directly in the middle. It means there's still space on the sleeves, but not loads. So if I put a little panel in, so maybe this much, it makes the sleeves closer to being the right length, and the length of the cardigan is better. I think I'm going with that. I don't want it to be one of those where you just continuously do it until it's right at the end of your arm, because then imagine how heavy that cardigan is. And then you'd have to do no joins in the back. It would have to be right like that. Anyway, this is what I'm thinking. If anybody is an expert with Hexi cardigans, I've been doing them a while, but just need a bit of advice really. But I'm going to give it my best shot. I'm going to go a little tiny panel in the back, I think, and then up the front so it's got a slight V shape, and then buttons. I think I'm going to do the same kind of border around the bottom as well as up there, I'm thinking. And I'm going to do the border in a slightly different stitch than the granny, maybe just doubles. So anyway, that's where I'm at with this. I'll keep you posted. I want to do more cardigans because we don't really need anything else. I was checking where Liz had put things this morning, thinking, well, we've got plenty of beanies, plenty of hats, we've got gloves, we've literally got everything we need right now. We just need more sales. So rather than going nuts and making loads more, I'll make some more of the cardigans because they're super popular at the markets. Everybody stops to look at them, and hopefully we can sell some more of the bigger items. So that's what I'm doing. And I've got this much left. That's the only thing. But I do have a very slightly different colorway with this orange. It's very similar. So I don't know if I use that as the border, you'd notice the difference. So I've come home to drums in my back garden. I haven't got my mic on just so you can hear them in the background. Sounds like the very proper beginner level. I don't know how far back it is. I think it's like at the back of the house. Anyway, I've put all the shopping away. Me and Alfie are going to play ball for a little bit. And I thought I'd show you I would show you the guttering that Simon's done. He did the guttering yesterday. So it goes down that side. And he's going to put a water butt on the other side, apparently. He's going to put a water butt underneath it, but obviously that's his his little slide for the water until we've got a nice water butt underneath it. Just get in there. So I've made the dinner. That is salmon with mushrooms and cheese, wrapped in pastry with new potatoes and vegetables with butter on. Mine is cod with tomato pesto, which I've never had before, with cheese. And I've got lots of veg and some new potatoes. And Simon is the same, but literally just the mushrooms and no veg. Oh, hello, it is Thursday. It is 20 to 4. I've not got a load of energy today, so I've been taking it easy. So far today, I've edited my Honest Vocal Coach videos to Junior Eurovision. I've seen a couple of new songs that have come out from Selena Gomez, and I can't remember the other one, but I've downloaded some in preparation to react to. I've been editing vlog footage, so I've got my notes here. I have had to abandon the cardigan for now, because I don't know if you watched my live last night, but I run out of yarn. I've run out. So the sleeves are not quite long enough, and I want to be able to button at the front and add an extra seam for putting the buttons on, and I've run out of yarn. So really trying to be like utilize what I have rather than buying any more. I have ordered a green for a customer order, an Aran green for a frog hat and some gloves. And I also bought 3 of the incredible Sirdar jewel spun. They were super cheap. I saw them on eBay in a job lot, and I'm like, they normally cost 12 quid a ball. I got them for £24 for 3. I'm having those, so I'll add that to the stash. But as you can see, the stash is really getting low. I'll show you, look. So this is my Chunky and Aran on this side. This is definitely going down now. That I've used an awful lot of, so that's going down. It's really going down. On this side, you can see there's lots of holes in it. Up at the top there. This I've just jammed some cotton in there because I don't know where else to put it. Then look at this, I've got a hole. I have got a hole. If I wanted to make it look a bit fuller, I could put that there. I don't know what I'm going to do with that one yet. But it's starting to empty, which is actually a good thing. These are the ones that I got from Berry Market, which I've not made a decision on yet. I'm not sure what I'm making with them yet, but it kind of makes sense for it to be children's items because of the colours. Plus, I also got these jumbo Arans, that one, and that one. Look at that one. I'm thinking beanie with that one. So tomorrow I'm doing ear warmers in the crochet afternoon. So I've got a queue of centros all rowed up. I've got loads of waste yarn, and I've got 6 different balls of yarn, just sort of single balls that'll be good for making ear warmers tomorrow. We've already made beanies, but they want to learn how to make ear warmers, so that is tomorrow's job. So I've got it stacked. I just need a bag to put it all in. I'm also going to take my rivets and show them how to put tags on. God, I'm a good teacher. So because I've run out of this yarn, I thought, what am I going to make next? Because I want to make wearables at the moment, bigger wearables. I grabbed this one and this one, of which I've got 5 of these, 5 of these. Not quite enough to make a whole cardigan. It would kind of look like that. I wouldn't have enough to make long sleeves and long body. So I thought, instead of buying more, let's try something else. So I started with the purple, and then I thought, just purple's looking kind of bland. I wonder if I could join it with another one to make it more interesting. So this one is Yarnsmith's Chunky, and this one is my favourite, Hayfield Spirit Chunky. So this is what I've got so far. Started it this morning. I've been doing lots of other stuff, so it's just sort of going on in the background. It is, let me just turn it. It's a poncho. So you get 3 in the purple and then 3 in the other colour. That's what I'm doing. So you're going to get these beautiful, colourful stripes as it gets bigger. And because there's a purple in that one, it's sort of, it works. It just seems to work. So there we are. I'm making a colourful poncho. It's going to be reasonably large. Don't think I'm going for tassels. It's quite chunky. It's going to be lovely and warm to put over the top of things. And the colours are coming out so nicely. I haven't made an adult poncho in quite a long time. I have one child's one in the shop, but no adults ones. So I thought, well, I don't know what cardigan to make next, because I need enough yarn to do it. To make a cardigan, you need at least 500, 600 grams. And with the chunkies, there's not quite. Even though each one is 100 grams, it doesn't quite do it. So if it's a DK, you're likely to do it with 400-500, but with the chunky, not so much. So I've got enough in red, but I'm like, I don't want to do all red. So I thought I'll do this and we'll see how this comes out. I do have news. Me and Alex have signed up for a Wetherby market. Now, you guys, my honest children followers, will know I used to do Wetherby market. And it's an indoor one. It's a craft fair style inside the town hall. It was always beautiful, lovely, but expensive. And if you didn't earn anything, not really worth it. And they're all on Saturdays. But this one is the Christmas special, Saturday and Sunday. So we've booked for the Sunday. It's 9 till 6, Wetherby Town Hall. It's their Dickensian weekend, so the whole of Wetherby is taken over. And there's this big market and loads of, like a big event. So it means that we're highly likely to get a lot more sales. So we have agreed to go half and half. So there will be half made by the duck and half, Georgina, honestly, on the table. I've got a rail. She's agreed to let me have a rail. So I'm going to make plenty of wearables and lots of wintry things like beanies, hats, scarves, of which I've got a lot of already. So I'll just keep them replenished. I'll make a few more wearables. I'll probably put key rings on as well. Probably no bags. We'll leave bags alone. And Alex has a few ideas of what they're going to make for their side and what they're going to, pull together. So it's quite exciting. I know we're doing markets every Saturday at Pontefract, Barnsley on Monday, but this is a big one. This is like a big Christmas market. And, everybody wears tinsel in the hair and that kind of stuff. It's the 14th of December in Wetherby. So if you happen to be that way, come and see us. We'd love to see you pop in. And I'll be doing a few more scarves, I think, because I've only got, I'm trying to think, I've got one tube scarf left and a plain normal scarf. I've got lots of beanies, lots of children's beanies, adult beanies. I've got cat beanies have all sold out. One of you guys have bought all the cat beanies, so I'll have to make some more cat beanies. I'll probably make some more gloves as well. I've got 1, 2 in the shop, and there's some of Janet's, so there's a few. I'm thinking more of this design. I sold the orange one last week, so I made another one. Isn't it stunning? This is the V-stitch. Absolutely gorgeous. This is now on the website. I think I'm going to make more like that because it takes 2 balls of chunky and it's quite quick to make up. And I've got 2 in Mystery Spirit chunky up there that I could do next. But I don't want to just overdo everything. I'm going to focus on this poncho today, have a look at the shop tomorrow and see, right, what actually do I want to be making more of? Because I've got a lot. And I don't want to just have too much just for the sake of having too much. But I have a feeling it's going to be busy that day. So I want a nice selection of things. At least 6 beanies, at least 6 cat beanies, at least 6 sets of gloves, 6 sets of scarves, 6 cardigans. That's kind of what I'm aiming for, 6 of each thing if I can. And then you've got selections of different colours and such. One of you guys suggested why don't I do some plain hats? And I have. I've just not filmed them. I made those last weekend. There's a grey one and a plain sort of colour change, but a really slow colour change in sort of a blues colour. So I'm going to make more plain ones as well, because not everybody wants rainbow multicoloured stuff. They want just a nice cosy looking hat. So yeah, I'm going to look at everything I've got and then figure out having 6-ish of each. But because I'm only half a table, my rail's going to have the cardigans on, the kids' stuff, probably some blankets. So the table will only have enough room for beanies, cat beanies, gloves, scarves, key rings, maybe. So yeah, I'll be chatting it over with Alex and we'll do like a little design on paper so we know exactly what we need to take. Also, what shelves do we need and that kind of thing. Simon's just phoned. He's on his way home. We've just been talking about a water butt because I was thinking of going and getting one, but I didn't know which one it was supposed to be, so I thought I'd best hang on. And I said, what are we having for tea tonight? So Simon, bless him, said, do you want some Chinese food? I said, yeah, I think I would. So I might be having Chinese food as a little midweek treat. I don't know. We'll see. I have got food in. I was just going to have a jacket potato, but I guess we'll see. I've just embarrassed myself, actually. Delivery from Yodel. I brought the box upstairs going, yay, it's the jewel spun yarn, like scrambling to open it. It wasn't. It was little action figures for Simon. It's like, oh, that was disappointing. Anyway, I'm going to carry on with this and I'll probably just have an evening relaxing, really. Although I am going to update the Spirit Antiques, Collectibles and Curios page on Facebook with all the events that we're doing. So I'll do that now. Oh, hello. It is now Saturday afternoon at 3:30. Now, it's been mega busy today, so I wasn't able to really film much. And the same yesterday. It was just craziness and the crochet afternoon. The centros did not want to work. They got all knotted up and we had to abandon them in the end. But as it turns out, the crochet group are in love with the V-stitch scarf design. So I've ordered even more yarn so that they can make more of those particular scarves, which should arrive for the session next week. I'm looking a bit disheveled because I've just got back from the market. It was freezing. So let me tell you what happened today. We've had several customer orders. There's a right list of sales here. Let me get the list. So we've got toy soldiers, a pink granny square blanket, some coasters, some crystals, a beanie, another beanie, crochet hook, crochet keyring, another beanie, stick on Velcro, pumpkins, pink buttons and bows, wood beads, Pokemon, trick-or-treat buckets, tumblestones, jar and pipe cleaners. The custom orders that I've had is to adapt this red cardigan into a longer one. It was originally blue. She wanted blue. And I took her a suggestion of what she wanted it to look like. It's over there somewhere. And she was like, no, I don't want to do that. She wants the red instead. So that's a good thing. It means I don't have to restart. I've had an order for a baby beanie and cardigan to go with it. And what else? 8 baby blankets, granny squares. Yeah, it was just a crazy one today. Very busy. Liz, bless her, fell over. So Simon had to come and take her home. She's fine. She's at home. She was trying to do too many things in her hands at once. She's got a dog. She was trying to carry a safety gate. She got a bag. And she tripped over. I don't know what she tripped over. So shook herself up a little bit. So Simon came to pick her up, take her home. So we sent her home and said, look, just go and relax. Stop. So she's relaxing at home. So yeah, I'm going to try and get my head around all of these orders. There's piles of stuff all over the place. And the last couple of days have just been really busy. So hopefully this evening I can relax, drink tea, and just make a plan. So I'm going to sign off from this one because I've realised it will be at full length, which is about half an hour for a vlog. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate everybody's support. And if you want anything making, let me know. Custom orders are available. I'll see you in the next one. Bye, loves.